morning, everybody. That was a sheriff's boat, the first of many that are coming up through the area. And they come down here to the Rogue River every year to do their water training. And we're gonna try and get you some pictures of that for this video a little later on. But basically the sheriff's deputies and Marine units from all over the state come down here, and our county's Marine deputy, I gotta brag about him. He is an awesome guy. But our county's Marine deputy is the trainer, or one of the trainers for the state for water rescue. So we got to see the first of the day's boats heading upriver. We saw them down at the shore putting in, so we figured we'd catch a boat coming by on one of the gravel bars, see if we couldn't find something fun while we're out here. And guess what? First agate of the day. Little chip. Oh, no. Yeah, little chip. Not much of one, but Jim's got a little chip of an agate. So let's go over and see what he's got. Oh, look at that. Check that out. Let's see if we can get into a better light to show that to you. Look at that. That's a nice one. It's a small one to start the day, but that's a good way. So let's look around and we'll get back to you. Maybe we'll find some more. Because right now there's a lot of stones, so nope. Well, we'll get back to you if we find another one. Well, here's one. A little sugar agate. Jim tells me that last boat was a Lincoln County sheriff, and Lincoln County is along the Oregon coast. It's sort of up near Lincoln City, Newport, Yachats, that kind of area. So here's the next guy coming down, getting all ready for training. Usually what they'll do is they'll stage up further upriver, and they'll do little drills where they'll like swirl around and come back and be on the other side of the river, drifting back to level, even with a boat. And basically a lot of those moves are designed so that they can get around a boat that's floundering and get to somebody very quickly and initiate a rescue. That's where a lot of that training's for. It's not necessarily so that you can be mean or arrest anybody. A lot of it's geared toward water rescue. Now, some of you know that I do some journalism, and I'd written an article about a guy who passed on here in this river. And he passed on in a river that looks, a stretch of river that looks just like this. And the current got him. It was quick. Mercifully, it was quick. But he just could not get out from that current fast enough. And these rivers have underwater currents that will take you down in a hurry. So it can be a dangerous river, and that's why these guys come up here and train, because this river can be very dangerous even on a placid day. Well, that's kind of heavy. But anyway, that's why those guys come up here and train on the river the way that they do. And I, for one, I'm thankful for the fact that they come up here and do that training, because it means that if I ever get in trouble, somebody's going to come and rescue me. And there's our county sheriff. That guy really knows his stuff, and he's a super awesome guy. Alright, enough of me talking about our local heroes and how awesome they are. I think Jay found an agate. You find an agate? Holy crap! Look at that! Your camera got weird. Alright, there we go. It's a nice one. It's got some... Oh, look at that. It has a dendrite or a phantom of some sort in it.
I found another one.
Jay's on a roll.
I found another one.
Jay's got another one.
Let's push it.
There it is.
You see? Oh, there it is.
Ooh. Nice little agate. Jay's on a roll.
Yeah.
Got a dendrite agate, or, agate with a dendrite in it somewhere. And he got that nice little seam agate. Good job, Jay. So they're going to be heading upriver to train a little later. And we're going to see if we can get some footage of that. Some of the cool maneuvers. But basically, they just got done training how to go over this little riffle. You can see that bit of rough water right out there? And what they're doing is learning how to flow back over that riffle safely. How to stay on the edge of it, or how to stay above it. And just basically operate on the very edge of it. And that could be so that they could learn how to launch off on swift water, or to get a line in the water for somebody. But we're gonna head upriver and see if we can't catch a glimpse of them a little later for you. Oh, how lovely. It's another giant pudding stone. Yay! They are kind of fun to see. I'm not knocking them. There's a lot of cooler stuff to see on the gravel bar, but still, it's cool to see them. This one's got some cool stuff going on. Looks like there's some decomposing iron going on. Some maybe little bluestones, some jasper, some quartz. It's not awful or anything. It's just a little plain for pudding stone, but it's still cool. Alright. So a lot of times you'll find yourself coming across these little guys and you'll wonder, is it quartz? Is it agate? What is it? Well, you really should dig it out and find out, because sometimes it could be something pretty cool. This one looks like it might be just a regular plain old quartz, but there could be some clarity to it. And the quartz here can come in a bunch of different colors. So typically what I'll do is I'll collect something like that, and then I'll tumble it up. I'll give it a rough tumble to see how it's working out. And if it's okay, you know, and if it's still looking good, I'll continue tumbling it. Otherwise, it'll become a garden rock. But, you know, you never know. This could polish up to be a really super cool golden color. I've seen that happen with these quartz. It's really pretty when it happens. So we'll keep it. Yeah, we got another one. Here we go. That one's kind of nice. Definitely a reason to keep on looking in the road. People drive over it and just keep on. The agates are lighter than the rest of the stone, so they'll tend to just kind of roll on the surface. Pardon me. Sneezing all over my camera. It's just a bit of quartz. But there's a little sugar agate right there. That's cute. Well, we'll keep looking. We may move on though. Want to catch up with those deputies doing their training and see if I can bring you guys some video of that, because it really is very cool to see them doing that. We don't always get to see how hard these people train. And, well, I think that's important. Alrighty. Every last one of these agencies performs a different type of purpose in their jurisdiction. Sometimes it's fire response for boats. Sometimes it's marine and harbor patrol, or water rescue, surf rescue. Every last one of these people serves their community in a unique and different and vital way. And we really appreciate these guys doing their job. If they weren't there, I don't want to think about the bad day that a lot of people would have. So let's let's keep in mind that there's some of these people out there that are doing a job that puts their life at risk. I mean, really, come on. This is a dangerous, dangerous river. And there's some people out there who are willing to run into that dangerous river to pull your butt out. That's worth something. It's worth something no matter what side you stand on any argument of any debate. The fact that there's somebody that's willing to run into that river to pull you out, that means something. Here's something that's kind of cool. Nice little red and green jasper. That one's actually pretty bright green and pretty bright red. I think that's a keeper. Oh, there's a nice little agate. It's a little milky, but we'll keep it. It's a nice one too. There's another little bit here. It's a bit like a big grayish common chalcedony. And then, oh my, that's another one right there. That's pretty cool. Holy crap. There's one right there. That's another agate right there. Nope. Wow, that was kind of cool to find all those in one little spot. Let's see if there's... It's kind of a reddish one. It's a sugar agate, but it's still pretty cool. Trying to see if I can see any other little ones around here. It's pretty cool to find that little assortment of them in just one little spot. Huh. Well, that's cool. Oh, there's one. Another little guy. Well, I think that's all for this area. But that's still pretty cool to find a whole bunch of little guys in one spot. And let's not forget our really nice jasper. That's not bad for a little morning out. Oh, and I found another one. It's another little agate right there. I did see another one somewhere, just kind of hiding. I'll pick it back up. It can't hide forever. Well, yeah, it could. As small as it was. Oh well, makes no difference. I picked up a bunch of really nice, fun, small agates, and we got to watch some superheroes training. So, well, let's move on downriver and see if we can't pick up our real-life superheroes in training and show you what they do to keep us safe. All right. We caught up with our real-life superheroes. Let's see if I can't zoom in a little bit on what they're doing. So what they do is they'll get out in the water and they'll have somebody, you know, like float, and then they'll have some boats downstream. You can see them downstream there. I know we're zoomed in a bit and this gets a little weird, but you can see all the way down here there's a boat waiting, and it's basically, you know, they're coming up because they're learning the basics on how to set an anchor, how to tie off on a disabled vessel. Also, you're going to see this guy learning how to speed up and come across on those over that gravel. It's pretty shallow there, and if he wasn't going fast, his boat wouldn't be coming up out of the water enough to avoid hitting some rocks. So that's a big part of what they have to learn how to do, is how to get the boat to ride up on top of the water. Otherwise, you could risk damaging your prop or your intakes on your jet system. Now watch this guy. Right up and over the top of that. Now if he were floating normally, he would just go right over it. So they'll come up into this little inlet here and slow down a little bit, float back off, and try it all over again. So there we are. We're going to zoom back out. And they'll practice various maneuvers, how to just cruise it over, how to drift it over, how to come back over one of these. Now let's say you lose power and you know you're in the middle of this. How do you turn around safely? So if you're out here and you're on that spot out there and you lose power, how do you safely stop and get back around? That's an important skill to learn, and that's kind of what these courses are teaching these officers how to do, is how to safely navigate on the water. Now, where you see the two boats in the V, you can see they're performing a man exercise where they're probably, you know, getting hooking a rescue line onto a diver or a disabled person in the water. But that's awesome, and I really did want to share this with you guys. This is super important stuff, and these guys, they come from all over the state to train, and it really is important work. It seems like, you know, a bit of nothing to some people, but until you are in trouble on the water and you need some of these people to figure out how to come and get you in the worst possible conditions on the worst day of your life, yeah, you want to make sure they're pretty well trained. And if it takes, you know, a couple weeks training every year, then that's what it takes. It's money well spent, because you cannot put a price on a life. Now here, now, we told you that there was somebody who passed on the river, and he passed on right over there. You can see there's an inlet right over there. Calm water, just as calm as it is today, and in an instant. So these guys, they train to get in and out of the water very fast and get to somebody very quickly and stop very quickly in the roughest of conditions. Part of that is learning how to maneuver your vessel and learning how to do it at a speed. These guys, they're still over here working on their practice. I'm guessing that's like some sort of dive training. I cannot get any more zoomed on it for you folks. But it looks like they've got a little dive ball out, and they've got some cold water suits in the water. But basically, it's probably an immersion practice training, or how to recover a body. You know, that's the grim part of this training, is that they do need to know how to do that, and if heaven forbid one of us were lost, we'd want somebody to come and bring comfort and solace to our families. So the training is important in that aspect. We also have another fella that's over here, and he's up on the beach. Now that may be some kind of a different practice, but maybe they're up there just exploring. Who knows? I didn't get the training agenda for today, so I'm just speculating about what they're doing. Well, still, that's pretty cool. We'll come back to them if any cool maneuvers start. Because I think it's awesome when they start with the cool maneuvers. Now he's going to shoot around the back side of that island. It's going to come right out, swing right back around, throttle up, and right across. Good job, guys. They'll practice those a few times. Well, just wanted to show you what we found today. Got them all cleaned up. Some of these are pretty cool, but you really do have to see them underwater to get. Look at that. It's just a thin little wafer. You can kind of see that at the edge. That one's kind of cool. I thought that was neat. That's the one that I thought had dendrites in it, but it turns out that it looks like some kind of a really super cool mossy agate. That's just wild. So I really liked that one. And that's the one that we saw when the sheriff boat was coming by just this morning. It's a little better light. And we got this nice little guy. It's really water clear. It's pretty cool. There's that really milky one. With that unusual orange band in the center. That sugar agate. And here's that one that I picked up when I picked up that group of this little group of little agates. It's kind of an unusual, really milky red and purplish colors, like deep inside. It's like it's kind of hard to pick up even underwater. And then this one that I initially thought was a piece of red and green jasper actually turns out to be a pretty nice example of bloodstone. Dark green with red. That'll polish up really nice. They're really very hard. And then we got a bunch of these little sugar agates. Oh yeah, this is Jay's seam agate that he found. Look at the banding all the way around that. That's pretty cool. Got a few other little things. Oh, and there's that quartz that we're going to polish up. That's going to turn into something pretty, I'm thinking. Looks like a robin's egg. I thought that was neat. Didn't really pick it up for any other reason. And this is petrified wood. I mean, most of you kind of recognize that. It's just a nice example. But it was a nice day out, and we had some fun. Got to watch some training out on the water. That was pretty cool. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.